back to 243 Outdoors. My name's Josh. Today we're doing a little brass cleaning using our Frankford Arsenal Rotary Tumbler Lite. My wife got this for me for Christmas and I've had it for about 6 months now and thought I'd do a video on it. And we've been tumbling some 9mm this morning. It's advertised it holds about 300 pieces of 223 and probably roughly about 600 rounds of 9mm. This has a bigger brother, the just regular rotary tumbler, and that's a little big for my application. Most of my brass is in lots, and typically rifle brass, I'm tumbling maximum 100 pieces at a time, and pistol brass will go up to 200 or 300 pieces at a time, usually is what I tumble. So this is a good size for that. I use steel pins, Dawn, and a little bit of Lemmy Shine. As you've seen, we were tumbling this morning. We tumbled for just a little over an hour. I've got our media separated. So we've got clean brass here, and I just need to towel dry it. The only downfall to this is I think it needs a little bit of agitation. So I have a steel wire inside this here, and it works pretty good. It just gives it a little bit of agitation. And I don't know if you can see it there, but it's very simple, just a little piece of wire. And the first time I used it, I had a bunch of pistol brass in it, and it wasn't really, the drum was turning, but the brass was all sitting there. This took care of that problem, so it works pretty well. So what we're gonna do now is towel dry off this brass. It is, it's still wet, and we're gonna dry it. All right, so in the past, typically drying my brass, I've just spread it out on a cookie sheet, set it outside in the hot sun, or put a box fan, or just leave it down here in the basement for a few days or weeks, whatever. A shiny cookie sheet like this in 100-degree weather, like we're having right now, dries it in no time. I've had a dryer on my kind of wish list for a little bit, and I purchased the Lyman dryer, so let's try it. So what we have here is the Lyman Cyclone Case Dryer. I've had this on kind of my wish list for a while. It's something that I didn't necessarily need, but I kind of wanted. The air drying out in the sun or in the basement, it's worked in the past, but this will speed up the process just a little bit. It's got a 3-hour timer. Typically, it works in 2. I did a batch, I believe, last weekend of 38 Special and some 65 Creedmoor, 2 hours, and they were bone dry. So this is exactly how it comes out of the box. It's in a plastic bag with some corners, and you take this top off, and you have your instruction manual and your power cord inside. So we'll get this loaded up with brass. I got the power cord plugged in. On the box, it says it holds 1,000 cases of 223 or 2,000 9mm cases. We don't have near that many today, but it'll work. We're just going to evenly distribute them between the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays. You can also dry gun parts with this. If you're cleaning a pistol or something like that, and you have it wet like in an ultrasonic, you can set it in this dryer and dry it. So it said to just evenly distribute your cases between each tray. They just sit on top of each other. So we'll put a few handfuls on each tray. Make sure all our cases are laying down. Add another tray. So we got all our brass in it. We'll put our top back on it. It does not have an on or off switch. It's just got a timer. And once you set the timer, it turns on automatically. We have off 1 hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours. We'll turn it down here to about 2 hours. And as you can hear, there's a very light sound of a fan running. It'll take probably 5 or 10 minutes to get up the temperature. There are 4 vent holes in the top, and you can feel air coming out. And once it warms up, it's about 180-degree air. So it's pretty simple. It worked pretty well last weekend when we tried it, and it'll get that brass ready to load a lot. Just like that, our 2 hours is up. I just heard it click off, so let's see what we got. So that is cool enough to touch. If you hold your hand on it for a long time, it's pretty warm, but so here is our freshly tumbled and dried brass. If you pick it up and hold it, it feels like it's probably about the temperature that it's been fired. If you really squeeze and hold on, it's pretty warm, but that's about how hot it gets. So I'm gonna dig the nickel cases out of this. I keep them separate. I typically load hollow points in the nickel cases, and then the rest I'll dump in my clean bin. Dropped a few. All right, let's wrap this video up. So I just want to give you guys an updated video on how I clean my cases using the Frankford Arsenal Rotary Tumbler Lite and the Lyman Cyclone Case Dryer. I purchased both of these with my own money. It's not a paid advertisement. Just want to give you guys an honest look into these, how they work and how they do. So far I'm very happy with them. Like I said, this is the second time I've used the case dryer, and it's drying the brass very well. The tumbler works very well. For the batches that I use, the smaller size is just perfect. So that's going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.